Train the muscles, not the joints.
Mountain. Welcome back to Natural Land Bodybuilding, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about train the muscles, not the joints. Now, I just have to make a video on this because there's a misunderstanding from new people that come here, as well as some people that have been sticking around. They think that the whole point of what I'm saying is to not train the joints when you're training. But the point is, with bodybuilding or lifting weights, in every single circumstance, no matter what exercise you're doing, you're already training the joints. That's a fact. The joints are already taking an incredible strain, and the whole purpose of finding strategic ranges of motion or finding the right range of motion for you based on body type, injury history, that sort of thing, it's all based on the fact that you're already working the joints, so why not find a way to also stimulate the muscle rather than just shatter the joints in the whole process and then not get barely any stimulus in the muscle whatsoever, right? So I find a lot of times what people do is they overtrain their joints and undertrain their muscles. So if I could think of a better slogan for that, then that's what I would do, is undertrain your joints, overtrain your muscles. I don't know. What would you say? I don't even know. But the bottom line is that this is what most people do. They also take tension off the muscles. They take rests in between. They do powerlifting methods, which is fine. But at the same time, they don't investigate the constant tension methods, which are extremely important when it comes down to building muscle. Hypertrophy and strength, they do go hand in hand, but there are subtle techniques in each that will assist with the other, right? So I always talk about this. I do strength training techniques, and then sometimes I'll do techniques where it's more constant tension, higher reps, hypertrophy, that sort of technique. And then I combine them together and there is a synergy. But none of this works if you're bouncing off the joints or hanging from a chin-up bar with your arms locked straight out and then wondering why you're getting elbow pain or shoulder pain, right? So you never want to rest the muscles when you're exercising. You never want to, when you're squatting, come up to the top and then boom, just rest that lower back and rest those knees and lock them out and then get the ostrich scenario. You never want to rest on your joints, right? So a lot of times people think, oh, if I rest on my joints or if I overextend my joints or go beyond what is a safe range of motion where the muscles can protect the joint, that somehow trains the joints. It doesn't train the joints. What it does is just breaks them down and destroys them. Because the joints already get way less blood flow and they already have a capacity to recover at a way slower rate than the muscles. So the point is, if you want to train and get bigger, stronger muscles, you need to be able to train hard and often. But if your joints can't catch up, then guess what? You're going to get an injury first, or inflammation of the joint, or some sort of chronic ailment or problem, some sort of breakdown where you just can't train anymore. If you look around at senior citizens, you'll see, they're not even training at all. A lot of them are just walking around, but their joints are just a mess, right? So the joints are already the weak link. The muscles are supposed to protect the joints. But if you're training improperly, what will happen is that you'll just destroy the joint and the muscle will get very little work or not as much work as it could. And therefore, that's why my slogan, train the muscles, not the joints. That's where it comes from. It's not that you're not training the joints. You already are training the joints. That's the whole point, right? I didn't train 30 years like this and never trained the joints. Of course I train the joints. The joints already get a workout. Try doing a real strong, partial rep with 600 pounds on a squat and then tell me if you train the joints or not. I guarantee you, you're going to have some creaking and some cracking and a possibility of tweaking something when you're doing a super, super heavy partial rep. So don't mistake range of motion with not training the joints. Just because your range of motion might be smaller than, say, a full range where you're bouncing off the ends, or maybe you're bouncing off the bottom of the range of motion, that doesn't mean you're not training the joints at all. You're absolutely totally destroying the joints when you're doing the excessive range of motion, and you are training the joints in a healthy way when you're doing the range of motion that is right for your body. So I hope this helps you out in your training. Thanks a lot for watching. If you need to get hold of me, just go to naturallandbodybuilding.com, and thanks to the patient supporters, and take care for now. Mountain.